In my last playthrough of Oxygen Not Included, I came up with these small little liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen systems to power up my rockets over here. They work with a little mini liquid pump. However, with our brand new modded pieces of equipment, can we make this system even smaller? Well, that's what I'm going to try to find out today. So now that we have all of this new delicious modded equipment, how much smaller can I make a liquid oxygen or hydrogen system? Well, first and foremost, I've had a good long think about this, and I think the aqua tuner is still going to be something that I have to use. There are reverse cycle aqua tuners and whatnot that we can use, including ones that are incredibly powerful, that reducing liquids by 70 degrees Celsius. Are you kidding me? I haven't thought of an actual use for something that powerful, but I want to use it at some point. Because that would be amazing. Could you imagine just how fast the batteries would drain with something like that? Anyhow, the point is we do have reverse cycle aqua tuners and whatnot, so we could actually do a lot of this cooling stuff without using supercoolant. However, the problem here is that the machine will become less efficient at minus 200 degrees Celsius, which I think is a fair way to kind of set this thing up. So, there are ways that we can do it where it's less efficient, or we can do it relatively efficiently by using supercoolant. So I'm going to go with the supercoolant method first because I should be able to get my hands on supercoolant. So at the very heart of my machine, we're going to have an aqua tuner. Somewhere here. There you go. Okay, the other thing we're going to have is a way to get rid of the heat. Now in the past I've used the steam turbine, however we have a brand new machine that we can use now. That is the Thermoelectric Generator right here. I'm going to set that up. That's going to be nice and easy. Maybe we make this out of steel. Maybe we can get away without making it out of steel. Either way, that right there should take care of it. As far as utilities and whatnot. Oh, a thermal interface plate? Wait a minute. Transfers heat between the buildings even if they are not. We could make a real legitimate shower cooler. Okay, one thing I want to have here is a little bit of overheat protection. So we want to make sure that we have something like that right up here so that we can, we don't blow everything up. All right, so there we go. That's a little something right there. Now, if we take the liquid out of that and run it back down here, then we kind of do what we want to do with that. Obviously, we always want to have a little sensor to the left of the aqua tuner. If you put it on that side, then you can detect the temperature on the way in and control it, and you can do all of that without a tank. However, the one thing is that when you are dealing with supercoolants, you can actually get the temperature, if you don't run it through a liquid tank, then you don't actually balance the temperature every time, so you can kind of swing the temps a little bit more. And in that situation, it caused some spots here to be just cold enough to where it could actually freeze the oxygen that's on its way back. So it requires a fair amount of control just to get the number just right. Anyhow, let's go ahead and take this. We're using ceramics. We're also using Mafix here. So nothing too fancy. And then we use the same old trick that we use a bunch of times, just like this. So if the liquid is already cool enough, it's just going to skip past here, whoop, and then go right on over there. However, if it does need cooling, it goes from right here to there, and boom. And this side waits until it's clear. You know what my thought was just now? Was can we use that little background tile thing? Where was it? Yes, the thermal interface plate. Can we use the thermal interface plate to cool the tank that contains the liquid oxygen or liquid hydrogen to cool the gas down to a liquid and then pump it inside of the tank? Huh? Yeah, it was I think that might work. Let's find out. Clearly, we're going to use a high-flow liquid reservoir because, clearly. All right, high-flow liquid reservoir, right on over here. I think we're going to want to run a couple more sensors in this area, though. First off, we're definitely going to do this number. Liquid floor wall pump. Yes. Perfect. Oh, you know what isn't going to work? This. Of course. But it's not going to work because my ins and outs are covered. So hold up, let's use the other high flow liquid reservoir, the vertical one. See? All right, so for the thermal interface, we're gonna go ahead and slap down a couple of gold tiles right there, which means we're going to go ahead and use some gold tiles right there, which means I can use liquid bridges right here and whoop, right here. Haha. All right, so the amount of supercoolant I would need to run this little machine right here is only 100 kilograms of supercoolant. So I think that's about the minimum amount of supercoolant you can make in a go. Let's take a look here. Molecular forge, cloudy, pufflet egg, smog I forgot all about that. All right, I'm getting distracted here. Yes, supercoolant can be made. It makes it at 100 kilograms. So yes, you make this once, just using a little bit of petroleum, a little bit of gold, and the smallest amount of fullerene right there. Boom, this thing's ready to go. Awesome, if it works. All right, so we need some other things to make this work. We need an automation signal that's going to say, you know, we need to be below our overheat temperature so we don't burn everything up. And we need to also be below a certain amount here in order to run, or sorry, above a certain amount. Okay, so the thing that I really, oh, that's right. That's the thing I really liked about this high flow reservoir thing, is that it can send out an automation signal that tells us when we're full. So that means we can disable the flow of more gas into this chamber, which I guess I haven't really figured out just yet. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So our gas of choice will be provided by a gas wall vent. In this case, it's not going to be a high flow vent. You don't want to put too much in there. Once again, saving us a tile because we don't have to have a clear space for it. Haha. Is there anything else I need? Well, no. I mean, we've got hydrogen, we've got oxygen. Is that it? Is that really it? What's the power like? Okay, we've got plus 250 watts here, minus 1,200 watts. And we also have a couple other spots that are, you know, power dependent like that. Aha, we need to have a valve right back here so that we can turn the flow of gas off. Oh, but I can fit it right up here. Haha. Saving myself just a few tiles. And what about the automation? Oh, it's clear. I would say the only thing left here is power. So I was working in space when I was designing this piece over here, and I don't think this one's gonna be in space. Matter of fact, it may be in hot environments. So if I can make it insulated to the environment around it completely, that would be an advantage. To do that, I'm going to need a power transformer. I think we can get away with just using a large power transformer. Yep. The medium is a bit cheaper, but I don't think there's a reason to go and use that modded piece of equipment for the sake of it. Let's go ahead and use it. Oh, but wait a minute. The waterproof transformer here is 2 tiles smaller. Oh, and the diamond allows it to be a little bit hotter. How hot can this thing go if I make it out of steel? Plus 200, plus 200. Hold up, hold up. Let's take a look at this. Overheat temperature, 475. Wait a minute. Thermium, 1,175? You might be my new favorite toy. Waterproof transformer. So with that in mind, the waterproof transformer can withstand some serious heat. So therefore, we're going to put it right down here. This thing could go up to 475 degrees Celsius, so it should be okay. Then we're going to put a heavy watt transformer thingamabob. Let's go ahead and just make it out of copper. That'll be fine. Big old power is going to find its way in, and smaller power is going to find its way out. Look at that. It's already running. Way to be a champ, Thermoelectric Generator. Power to power, power to power to power to power. Solved. Now, can we get a battery to survive in there? Oh! Waterproof batteries do the same thing. I don't know why I find that exciting. But I do. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Found a way to get it in there. Here we go. All right, here's what I can do. If I put the waterproof battery right here, it has the same thermal properties that we have with the waterproof transformer. So we can do this number. And if we wanted to, we could get away with removing the insulated tile here and going with something that's a little bit not completely exposed to the heat that this might be exposed to, but still kind of allows the thermoelectric generator to do its thing. So that would just be a normal tile. So maybe something like a granite. Yeah, which means if I put the air vent right here, it'll still do its thing. All right, do you think this is going to work? I have a feeling this is going to work. How big is it right now? All right, this is looking promising. What are we, 9 tiles by 9? Oh, you know what? I measured this one incorrectly. That's 7 times 15. Ah, I was about to say, that's 105 tiles over here. And I still have room for a few tiles right down here if I wanted to do something. Oh, that's what. This is not insulated. I don't know why this is so entertaining to me, but this area right here is 40 tiles big, and this area over here is also 40 tiles big. So the whole thing is 80 tiles. But I don't know why I find this so entertaining that the area is the same. I'm a dork. Whatever. You know what we're gonna fill this with? Helium. Why are we gonna fill this with helium? Because it looks cool. It's an interesting idea though. We do have access to helium through a piece of equipment somewhere down here. Where is it? Glass forge, no. Helium. Ow! Game? Say hello to my bunker tiles. But that is 400 and some degrees Celsius. Hey, come on down here. Let's take a look at that heat. What? That's entertaining. Okay, 5 kilograms of helium. There you go, nice. I like the color of it, actually. I mean, that's kind of a unique thing about it, so. All right, so let's set some stuff up here and see if we can make some liquid oxygen. So what inputs do I need to this system? Obviously, we're gonna need a little bit of oxygen. We're gonna need a little bit of supercoolant. Only 100 kilograms. Oh, that's what I need? I need a way to turn the liquid oxygen off to the reservoir here. So what I need is a door, clearly, because everybody needs a door to turn a tank off. Don't ask too many questions. But here's the thing, if we put a door right here like this, and we say it's open, we will actually stop the flow of liquid out of the tank. So it becomes its own valve, and then it goes back to closed, and you can resume it. So this way we can say, hey, the rocket needs a certain amount of liquid, so we're going to allow it to open for a given amount of time, which is really simple to set up because we know that we're going to flow at 10 kilograms per second. So therefore we go to open, boom, and it runs, and that fills up the rocket, and then we hit close after a certain automation time, and boom, you have the exact right amount of fuel in the rocket. We never leave any extra fuel in the pipe. All right, so if I use this little automation signal right here, we can run something for a precise amount of time. We'll use this for our rocket here in just a minute. But just to kind of test it out, we're gonna run this liquid pump and put exactly 100 kilograms of supercoolant right down here. So this is going to run for 10 seconds. Just gonna use a bridge to flow in right on over there. I wanna put in exactly 10 kilograms. Okay, so that's not running. I've set the buffer gate here for 10 seconds. If I flick this on and off real quick, it should run for 10. And we can see it's running. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, haha. Then once I get rid of the bridge, it can just keep flowing around and around and around. Okay, so what I want to see here is that if this goes above, I don't know, let's say above. All right, so there we go, below 70, above 190. I might have put too much liquid in this because it's not running as fast as it could. Let's try to empty one of these out of here and see what happens. Yep, okay, so it only takes 90 kilograms of supercoolant. And we're already overheating. Wow. This side's too cold. That side's too hot. Helium, why'd you let me down? It's time for some water. So here's the thing. The amount of heat that this aqua tuner is putting out is actually more than the thermoelectric generator can handle by a fair amount. We're talking about 585,000 DTUs versus 128,000 DTUs. So this thing won't be able to run forever. But then again, it really shouldn't need to run forever. But look, the actual high flow reservoir here is getting cold. Ha! So you can see the temperature of the supercoolant here, negative 195, then it goes up a little bit. So there's a few hot spots in the line. We'll let it run a little faster here. So now the aqua tuner is only correcting for the stuff that is, you know, a little extra hot. But you can see it's starting to even out now. Nice, there we go. So that liquid reservoir is getting down to temperature here. We're at negative 171 or so. I suppose the only thing is that I would say that this is not supposed to flow out right now, so it might be open. Which is a little bit concerning considering where this liquid pump is picking up. Like, I might have to extend this down a little bit here or have a second pump down there. You can see that we're starting to see a little bit of liquid oxygen now, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this closed for now. Just see what happens. So you can see the liquid oxygen's flowing in. There it goes. And we currently contain 22.4 kilograms at a temperature that is negative 178 degrees Celsius. However, that temperature is warming up. What? The tank is actually colder. It's negative 183 degrees Celsius. Oh, it's because this stuff down here is warmer. So that needs to be cooled too. All right, well, let's bring in some more oxygen here. This oxygen is flowing in at 46 degrees Celsius. It is active because we are not above a certain amount here. So we're below, let's say, 22,000 kilograms, right? Okay, so now we have the oxygen inside of here, negative 185 degrees Celsius. That's pretty close, but not quite liquid. So we're gonna bump this down a little bit more, negative 195. I'm curious, if I open this up, does the temperature in this change? Yeah, it does. Okay, so the issue that I'm seeing here is that the temperature of this stuff right down here is just not cold enough. So I'm going to need to actually cool that down as well. Make it part of the cooling. Well, that's pretty easy. Just do this number right there. Radiant pipe, right there, there, and there. Get rid of this one. Snip that right there. And we've got liquid oxygen. Let's go ahead and just fill that loop. There we go. There we go. End up removing 30 kilograms from the full loop right there. And this should be nice and cool now, I would think. Come on, get a little colder. So here's the issue. This gas wall vent right here keeps having the issue where a little bit of liquid gets in front of it, and the amount of oxygen we have inside of it just keeps going up and up and up. I mean, we're at like 13 kilograms and stuff, which is a little bit much. Here's what we do. We replace that battery with a tiny smart battery. Look at that little guy. And then we bring this back up. And then we can leave this a metal tile made of gold, nice and cold. Okay, so the only thing I don't like about what I'm seeing here is the fact that this door right down here just really likes to build up the amount of liquid I have. It's a great way for turning off the reservoir so that I don't end up, putting oxygen out there. But I don't know if this is the right spot for it. Let's try to rotate the liquid wall pump. Just see if it works better if I put it this way. Oh, look at that. It works way better. Let's double up on it then. Hey, this is working really good now. Look at that. We're bringing in oxygen. It's cooling down. It's going right into the tank. And that tank is staying nice and cool. What happens when we close the door, though? Surprisingly, very little. Huh. Oh, no, there it goes. Oh, but it's still working. What? The pumps are running, but it's not moving any liquid at all. Okay, maybe this one isn't in the right spot at all. And maybe it should just be right there. This is as ridiculous as I thought it was going to be. Perfect. Which means, ooh, that pipe spaghetti needs to go over here like this. Which means we got a little supercoolant right there, which means this goes into that tile. Haha! Means I need a touch more supercoolant. There you go. Okay, so the real question is, how much liquid oxygen do we make in a cycle? I mean, this thing really doesn't need to run that fast. So while that runs, let me tell you about 2 great bundles on Humble that I think you guys are gonna like. DIY Electronics 2.0 and Data Science and Machine Learning. So on the left here, you can get into Arduinos, Raspberry Pis, BeagleBone, and all of that good stuff using written references and whatnot. So learning Python with Raspberry Pi like this. On the right, these are more video courses. So this is online training, and this would be designing machine learning models and whatnot. So you could actually take the Python that you learn over here on the left, apply it on the right as you run through the online training course. Pretty cool. I like it. I think they connect well together. So if this sounds interesting to you, there's links in the description below. And not only will that go to help support a couple of great charities, but it'll also support my channel as well. So thank you guys so much for your time and your support. Now back to the show. Okay, that's 185 kilograms a cycle. I think that's a little bit slow, actually. Let's try to open the door up, see if that actually makes a difference for some odd reason. I think I'm limited by this, though. And it's about the exact same amount, 177 kilograms. So at least it's nice and consistent. What this means is I need to cool down this aqua tuner a little bit more. Does this thing run power negative? It should run power negative. I mean, if it doesn't run power negative, then it's still running off its own power. Free liquid oxygen, baby! Woo! Look at that go. All right, so there you have it. That is free liquid oxygen. Okay, say what you want. This thing just became awesome. Just add oxygen and it converts it for free. This thing here it actually produces. Does it produce electricity? Am I wasting power? Okay, hang on. Let's run it for a cycle or two. And there you have it. 78 kilojoules of power over production. I mean, it may not produce an immense amount of liquid oxygen at this point. However, it does do it for free. Actually, a little bit better than free. All right, so what if we double our thermoelectric generator? Well, we should double our production. But that might also double the amount of unlimited free energy we get. I mean, why even plug it in at this point? Whoa! You're too cold! And well, you should be running, actually. This thing may not double the amount of liquid oxygen it produces. It might have everything to do with the amount of surface area and stuffage we got going on in here. It's a technical term. Surface area and stuffage. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, come on, battery. Keep that charge. You almost ran out of juice. I believe in you, tiny smart battery. Oh, it's so close. No. We're good. Well, that was only 157 kilograms. All right, so it has more to do with the thermal stuffage over here than it does with the thermal limits up here. Aha. All right, well. In that case, this thing works a whole lot better if we just kind of leave all of this stuff alone, which I am actually kind of relieved, because that means it is the smallest arrangement I've ever come up with, although it's using equipment we've never had before. Shh, don't worry about that. And it's energy positive, so, I suppose the only thing now is that I have to find a way to get the power out of it. Well, now I need a super small power transformer. Is there a micro power transformer? One that's just like 2 wide like this and 1 high? I don't think so. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the materials that I have going on inside of here. We got the thermoelectric generator. That does not need to be made out of steel. We also have the aqua tuner. That too does not need to be made out of steel. I should be able to get away with building this out of something like aluminum ore. Nice and thermally conductive. Doesn't require steel. The thermoelectric generator over here can be built out of gold. That would be a good option. So So let's give that a try. And since we were limited by what was going on down here as far as the thermal conductivity, let's go ahead and get rid of this piece. And we're going to replace it with a gold metal tile right there. Which means that spot, which just happened to be open, and replace it with a gold tile. Gold radiant pipe. Okay, now let's try to fuel a rocket with this. Oh, we reached our limit on the tank. Let's bring that up to 4,000, shall we? Liquid oxygen, petroleum, and then just a little command capture. Thing is, there's no automation signal on these tanks. If only there were. All right, dupes. Who wants to be an astronaut? Liam? Everybody gets to be an astronaut. There we go. And Bubbles. Y'all get fancy little hats. There you go, dupes. Only dreaming about a toilet. I know. Boom! And there's your hat. See, look at how happy Bubbles is now. Amazing! Good job, dupes. Okay. Now they're all sad again. Oh, Mape. Mape, you're peeing. Oh, no, there's such a flood going on here. Ooh, I can copy rockets now? Oh, yeah. Okay, dupes. It's Atmo suit time. There you go. Everybody want to deliver one of those? Good job, dupes. There they go. Oh, Bubbles, you're kind of slow. Oh, boy. Bubbles? You didn't make it. Oh, no! Bubbles! I've basically made you guys immune. Ah, and you still find a way to just nearly about die. All right, hang on. Have some oxygen. All right, excellent. Good job, dupes. We're gonna put Bubbles in over here on the left, Liam in the middle, Meep on the right. Everybody grab a rocket. Nobody mind the bunker tiles up here. It'll be fine. Oh no, we lost the game. All right, what were we doing here? Oh, that's right. Trying to do automated liquid delivery to the rockets here. So something like 330 kilograms is one of those numbers you end up running into. It's usually not a maximum number. You're trying to get something close, but you're going to round it to the nearest tenth. So round it up to the nearest tenth. So we'll set that number for each one of these rockets. Obviously, we're gonna have to set up a liquid pump over here. And that's going to be for our petroleum. Filtered liquid pump, of course, because this is the modded playthrough. Can't use anything normal. Petroleum, 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 petroleum. Okay, so now we've got petroleum flowing in. What's the automation look like? Nothing. We're still negative. Destination not selected. Hey, look, we found a spot to fly to. There you go. You're going to fly there. And you're going to fly there. You're going to fly there. Okay. So how can we detect whether or not we need to send some fuel to this rocket? Can we do it with a weight plate? Like when a duplicate goes to run in, it sends the fuel in. Can I do it with a duplicate motion sensor? What does this thing see if it's right here? It says nobody's there. Then Bubbles is there. Ooh, so there's a true pulse there just for a moment when Bubbles goes to run into the rocket. I wonder if we can use something like that. Okay, so here's how I think this is possibly going to work. When I say Bubbles and she goes inside of here, that will flip the duplicate motion sensor, which essentially means it's going to run the automation signal through this thing right here, which is set to 33 seconds. And I know that I flow at 10 kilograms per second. So therefore that should put 330 inside of this tank. Now, I'm sure there's a ton more automation I can throw at this, but I'm not really worried about all of that right now. We just kind of want this to go in here like this. Let this game run nice and normal there. And Bubbles, if you want to go back inside of there. Come on, Bubbles. You can do it. Keep trying. Automation signal is triggered. Doot. Liquid oxygen has been flowing. So I guess that didn't disable it, did it? Or wait a minute, what happened there? Oh, okay, whoops, my bad. This is one of those not signal things. Okay, so let's give this a try. I've set this to 660. Yeah, maybe. So when Bubbles runs to get inside of the rocket, liquid starts to flow. Yes. And continues to go, it continues to go. The door's opened, and we've put in exactly 650. Sorry, Bubbles, you're not gonna make it. Okay, so the only thing about this command capsule here is that it does send a true signal when everything's ready, like we have enough fuel and whatnot. But the thing is, it's down the line, so it's always gonna end up with a little extra fuel just kind of running past it. No, I guess that really isn't a big deal. You can just kind of waste some, but I would like to not waste a drop if possible. This is where we can use an exclusive OR gate. I'm always excited whenever I find a use for this little signal here, because I really don't use it that much. Okay, there we go. So that runs over here like this, which means we run like that. Like this. Oh, but that's gonna say true, isn't it? All right, Bubbles, let's give this a try. Have fun. See you, Bubbles. Don't mind that. Okay, so let's land the rocket here real quick. Bubbles? Okay, welcome back. Now let's take a look at the automation here real quick. Oh, we got nuked. That's not good. Give me a second. You go to here, you go to there. Hey, Bubbles is back. And? Fuel? No, we didn't get fuel this time. How? Oh, wow, that blew up the game. Don't try to assign skills to somebody while they're inside of a rocket. Explosion. It's good to be back. Okay. You want to help Bubbles out there, Liam? Oh, what? Just in the nick of time. That was impressive, Liam. Okay, mate, we're gonna have to take over here. It's a lot of crispy dupes down there. All right, so whoever doesn't get the cot has to go back in the rocket. You guys cool with that? All right, Liam, it's up to you. Turner, cannot do doctoring errands. Okay, welcome to the base, buddy. All right, Liam, I want you to head on over here to this rocket and show me that we can run the correct amount of fuel over here. Oh no. Okay, so Liam's on his way. Just a little crispy, he'll be fine. Uh-oh. Hey, don't worry, it's nice and cool up here. Negative 31 degrees Celsius, you'll be fine. Well, now you're cold? All right, there we go. The signal flipped, and I don't have stuff hooked up to the right stuff, but hey, crap, that doesn't work. Guess I don't get to use an exclusive OR gate. Darn it. Oh, maybe this is memory toggle sort of thing. So we only run it once. My brain's not working through this automation here. Yeah, there we go. Hey, Liam, you want to jump out of that rocket for me? Okay, Liam, jump back in the rocket. Liam? All right, here we go. Liam's on his way to the rocket. Hang in there a little bit longer, buddy. You'll be all right. No. You're out of the worst of it. It's all just back there. You'll be fine now. Oh, come on, man. This is triple speed. Oh, Liam. You can do it, man. I believe in you, Liam. Come on, now. No, Liam. No, you don't get to go back there. You won't make it. You won't make it. Come on, Liam. Just keep pushing through it. Priority level 9. You can make it, Liam. Let's see this automation signal. Yes. It's about to flip, isn't it? Liam, no! Move at least to the rocket, dude. Come on now, Liam. There we go. Well, that was true for a second, but what is it? Now it's running. Thank you, Liam. Yeah, but can you at least find your way into the rocket? Come on. Go, Liam. Go. Liam. It's work time, Liam. It's work time. he refuses. All right, fine. Meep. Come on over here. Oh, dude, you're in a bad spot. What? You didn't need to repair that. It's okay. Turner. Oh no, don't. Oh, jeez. Don't worry, Meep. Liam's on his way. He's got you. Oh, apparently not. Oh no. Come on, Bubbles. That's savage. You only saved one? Oh, but he's going back. Yes. What good dupes? Turner? Dupes? That's savage. Oh. All right, Bubbles, it's your turn. Give it a go. Well, we've managed to damage the pipes, clearly. Don't worry about all that. It's entirely fine. Okay, it just ran because it became true. And now it's been reset. And that might have worked. I think there's only one way to truly know here, and that's to fire it off, bring it back, and see what happens. Bubbles, head back out into space, please. Bubbles, land that rocket, please. Up. Oh, you see that? It detected there, just for a moment, that Bubbles was inside of here. Huh. And therefore it ran more liquid. How much liquid? What happened down here? Oh, I noticed this thing is not running anymore. Is that because the automation signal? Yes, it is now true. It has enough fuel to get to where it needs to go. Haha. Oh, I suppose there's ways we could just kind of make that a lot simpler. But you know what? I kind of like the whole little output thing right there with the memory toggle and the certain amount. I think it works out. Let's launch it up one more time and then have her land just to see what it does. See if it works as intended. There we go. Goodbye, rocket. Land that rocket, please. So you can see the automation here went low. We're not running any sort of water, liquid oxygen from one side to the other. And then when we land, see, this time it did not trigger. All right, we'll send her away one more time here. Let her stay away for a couple cycles. Then bring her back like normal. Okay, so the next thing I want to answer here is, can I run liquid hydrogen in this same system? I'm thinking it might be a little bit slow, but let's give it a try. All right, so I'm gonna try this over here. This is just set to negative 250 degrees now. Let's see what happens. Ooh, you see this? Overheated because the sensor did not catch it. The oxygen is not quite as sensitive as the helium. Well, I'll just replace that with hydrogen. Hey, the rocket's back. Bubbles. Aha, see? It detected something there that time. Do you see it? And then it... and here comes the liquid. Oxygen. I don't know. That's probably gonna have more issues than it's worth, but at least it's working. Although it is just dumping... because this stays not active. I get it. Because we ran out of petroleum. What I really need to do is loop this back around so the liquid goes back into the tank, which should work. I should be able to bring it right back in here. Okay, here comes back that rocket. This time, with everything we need, except for a duplicate. Bubbles! Hold up. Hold up. We can use a solid material sensor on a shipping rail, because every time you run a rocket, it comes back and then it ships something off the rail, because otherwise, why are you running it? So that's what we could use in place of this. I knew there was a solution. Perfect. I'm not going to set it up today, though. I'm kind of running out of time here. I just want to see if we can make some liquid hydrogen with this system. We're so close. Negative 249 degrees Celsius. Come on, Aquatuner, you can do it. Just a little bit more. Oh, there we go. Yeah, buddy. Liquid hydrogen. Nice. I doubled up on the amount of thermoelectric generators I had to begin with, but I don't think that's going to be needed in the long run. I think I can do the exact same thing. Although I think the amount of liquid hydrogen we're going to get out of this is not very much. That being said, if it is self-powering, then awesome. Ooh, negative 254. Yeah, that's some solid chunks. Please don't turn into solids. That thing's actually running fairly quick. What? This thing is great. Is it self-powering? This hydrogen's coming in at 45 degrees Celsius. We could potentially see a fair bit higher temperatures, but... Oh! Hey, Rocket. Welcome back. Oh, goodbye, Rocket. You know, it's not so much that this one is self-powering. It's that the thermoelectric generator here doesn't really want to turn off, so... Okay, so that was good for 63 kilograms of liquid hydrogen per day. And it didn't require any external power source, so that's pretty good. So there you have it, my smallest liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen system yet. I like it. I'm definitely going to try to make a use of it here in the super modded playthrough of Oxygen Not Included. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. If this looks like the channel for you, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. As always, stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.